Write a program which swaps two numbers in C.
Sure. Swapping two numbers in C can be done using a simple function. Here's a basic program to illustrate how you can swap two numbers using a temporary variable. You can see the code in our conversation history. In this program, 1, we define a swap function that takes two pointers to integers as arguments. This allows us to modify the values of the variables that the pointers point to. 2, inside the swap function, we use a temporary variable to hold the value of A while we assign B to A. Finally, we assign the temporary variable to B. 3, in the main function, we take two integer inputs from the user. 4, we print the values of the integers before swapping. 5, we call the swap function with the addresses of the two integers. 6, finally, we print the values of the integers after swapping. This demonstrates a simple way to swap two numbers in C using pointers and a temporary variable.
Can you add line numbers for this program?
Sure. Here's the same program with line numbers added for reference. You can see the code in our conversation history. Now, each line of the code is numbered for easy reference.
Can you remove the swap function and write this program?
Sure. Here's the program without the swap function, performing the swap directly in the main function. You can see the code in our conversation history. In this version, 1, all the swapping logic is done directly in the main function using a temporary variable temp. 2, the program still reads two numbers from the user, prints them before and after swapping, and uses a temporary variable to swap the values.
Can you remove the line numbers?
Sure. Here is the program without line numbers. You can see the code in our conversation history. This version removes the line numbers and retains the direct swapping logic within the main function.
I want line number in the IDE, not as a comment.
Got it. Here's the program with line numbers displayed in the IDE. You can see the code in our conversation history. Now, each line is prefixed with its line number for better navigation in your IDE.
I want to pass those two numbers as an argument in the command line.
Sure. You can modify the program to accept the two numbers as command line arguments. Here's how you can do it. You can see the code in our conversation history. In this version, we check if the number of command line arguments is not equal to 3. We print a usage message indicating how to use the program.
Wow.
We convert the command line arguments, which are initially strings, to integers using the atoy function. Then we perform the swapping logic and print the numbers before and after swapping as before.
Wow, very impressive.
Thank you. I'm glad you found it helpful.
What is your
If
name?
you have any more questions or need further assistance with anything else, feel free to ask.
What is your name?
A loop is a programming construct that allows you to execute a block of code repeatedly until a certain condition is met. It's like a cycle where the same set of instructions are executed multiple times. There are different types of loops in programming languages like C, such as for loop executes a block of code a fixed number of times. It typically consists of an initialization, a condition for continuation, and an iteration statement. 2, while loop.
I asked what is your name?